Well. Hello, everybody. Kim Walker here from Shop Marketing Pros, your solo cast person. Is that how would you say solo cast person? Host for the day. Brian is not with me today, but he's probably at Home Depot, knowing him. Anyway, um all right, it's already off to a great start. He's gonna say, Kim, you should have restarted, but I'm not. Hey, let me please thank our sponsors, Repair Pal. Y'all, without them, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast. So I just want to thank our friends for providing this episode for you. Repair Pal's certified network of shops are trusted by millions of customers each month. Please learn more about their program for shops at repairpal.com/shops. So with that, let me get right to it. We're going to talk to you, the shop owner, who wants to work with a professional marketer and what your responsibility is when working with those professional marketers. I think sometimes people go into these relationships and they don't know what they don't know. So we understand we have to train our shop owners in what it's like to have that relationship. We want to know what you expect, but it's also important to know what the marketer expects. So we're going to talk to you. I'm saying we, Brian's not here. It's just me. And if you are watching on YouTube, I'm going to say my hair looks a mess, and it's crazy because I just left the hairstyles, but I had to put this headset on and now everything's messed up. So I'm a little salty about that. And this is why Brian is sometimes like, you can't just go off talking about stuff like that. But when I'm doing the solo cast, I can do what I want, right? All right. Anyway, moving on. Look, I'm going to share 7 things with you today to help make your relationship with your marketer great. You have some responsibility in that relationship. It's not all on the marketer. And I'm speaking for us at Shop Marketing Pros, but I can't help but think that what I'm going to share with you is also true for other marketers out there. So again, this is from our perspective and just some helpful tips. So the first one is, for us anyway, when you sign up and you say, hey, I want y'all to do my marketing, we have a kickoff call. And there's a lot of time and preparation that goes into that kickoff meeting. If you've heard any of our clients talk about our kickoff meeting, they'll tell you they were shocked by the number of questions, the depth of the questions. Like, we've really perfected our process for that kickoff call, because with us doing personalized marketing, it's really important that we ask the right questions to truly find out who you are, what you want, where you came from, what your goals are, where you want to go in the future. We want to know about your team. We want to know about your community. We want to know about the other marketing things that you're doing. And so we've put together a document. We have, depending on the services that you have signed up for with us, there could be multiple people from our team that have set aside time just to meet with you. And they've prepared for you. They've gone out, they've looked at your website. We've usually done some sort of an assessment to, a digital marketing assessment. And instead of a DVI, we're doing a DMI. And we are coming in prepared to meet with you and really spend some time getting to know you. So meeting with the team for the kickoff, being on time, prioritizing the meeting, getting your mind ready, getting prepared for that dedicated time. Look, the reason why it's so important is that when you're spending that time with us, this is the foundation for building the house. You don't want cracks in your foundation. Like, we want to build a solid foundation so that we know you very well and we can now do your marketing. So that's the first one, is meeting with the team, being on time, prioritizing that meeting, and just being there and being fully present in that meeting. So the second one, is honesty. Be completely honest with us from the very beginning. Here's the thing. We recently, our CSM, our customer success manager, recently had a meeting with the shop. The first meeting, like we've only been doing work with them for 1 month. And in that first meeting, found out that this shop was on the brink of going out of business and didn't know until that meeting that they were depending on us to be their savior. Marketing doesn't work that fast. Like it just doesn't. There's a lot that goes into saving a shop that's about to go out of business. Marketing is not the only piece. And so you have to be really honest and upfront, totally transparent about what is going on in your shop. Where are you in the life of your shop? What's really going on? We need to know this stuff. And so being honest from start is super important. So that's number 2. The thing is, you're a marketer. I keep saying us. Replace us with whoever's doing your marketing, whoever that might be. Could be another agency in the automotive industry. It could be a marketing agency in your community. Heck, even if you hired someone internally that is a professional marketer who's come in and they're taking over and they're going to do the marketing for you, that you have to work with them. You have to give them what they need. And so when we say it's a partnership, I really mean that. And there's got to be honesty in the foundation of that relationship. Okay, so number 3 is that meeting. I've talked about it twice now. So we talked about the kickoff meeting, but then once a month, you should be meeting with your marketer. For us, you're going to meet with your customer success manager who has already done the analysis, pulled all the numbers, the data, the report together. They've also alerted the team, hey, I'm meeting with ABC Auto. Do you have anything you specifically want me to share with them? Do you see any red flags? Do you have any celebrations? Like all that. So our CSM is coming to the meeting prepared, ready. They've taken the time to research and be ready for that meeting. We want the same for you. And look, we know that you're busy. Some of you are firefighters. We've been there, right? Putting out every fire in the shop, handling this, handling that. We get it. But to be fair, to get really good marketing, this partnership has to work. So we're going to come to the meeting prepared and ready with what we know from our side, but we want to hear from you. There's stuff that you've heard this saying. I think I may have even said it already in here. You don't know what you don't know. So we're going to share that stuff with you, but we don't know what we don't know. And that's what's happening in your shop unless you tell us. So letting us know upcoming employee birthdays, anniversaries, trainings that are happening, new certifications, significant life events. Somebody had a baby, somebody bought a house, somebody bought an old vehicle that they restored and they're excited about it, or vacations, shop equipment purchases, new tools, new toolboxes, like whatever, all this stuff we don't know, but you know, and we want you to bring that to the CSM meeting. And again, I can't help but think that any other professional marketer that's doing really high quality, personalized, good marketing for you, they're going to want to know that stuff as well. So for us, it's a meeting once a month with the CSM. Very important. This is where, you planted a seed. We planted a seed with you. You planted a seed with us in the kickoff meeting. Every month that thing's getting watered, every single month. So the meeting is super important. Number 4, this might be difficult, right? We know that you are hiring a professional marketer because you're not a marketer, right? Brian's been reading, or actually he finished a book called Buy Back Your Time. And a good chunk of that is about what you're not good at doing, pay someone else to do. This is like your CPA and, all of those different services that you are not good at. So the professional marketer is the same thing. So learning, shifting your thinking a little bit to start thinking like a marketer. So you know when to tell us the things that are happening in the shop, like we just talked about. Something happens and you immediately say, oh, I've got to let my marketer know about this. Somebody says something, you hear a customer say something. Oh, I need to let my marketer know about this. You go to a training and you're thinking, I need to take pictures while I'm here so that I can share this with the people doing my social media or whatever it might be. You hear a client ask a question and that triggers for you to think, okay, I should record a video and send this to my marketer so they can put the answer to that question out. Or I keep hearing the same question from people in the shop and I want to share this so that they can write a blog, right? So learning to think like a marketer, what to take pictures of. Brian laughs because we're traveling and I'm constantly taking pictures. I drive him and Peyton, our son, absolutely crazy. I'm like, wait, let's take a picture of this. Hey, let me take a picture. Oh, this is perfect for a picture. And I want you to start doing that so that when something happens in the shop, you're like, whoa, that's a great video. That's a great picture. Let me capture that moment. So starting to think like a marketer is going to help you to just push the pause button for a second, pull the phone out of your pocket and capture that moment. You know, the discussions that your service advisors are having, like I was talking a minute ago about, you hear someone ask this question and you turn it into a blog or you turn it into a video. Those things are happening all the time. We don't know that. Yes, we're doing keyword research. We're doing research to see what are people searching for, and we're making the suggestions. But the part that we don't know is what you hear, what your service advisor is hearing, what is happening in your shop on a day-to-day basis, or in your community or your region of the country, for example. Those are things that when you start thinking like a marketer, you're going to start realizing those moments more and more and more. So that may take some change of perspective on your part, or, you know, just thinking a little differently. And you're only going to do that a little bit at a time. It doesn't happen overnight, but really trying to start thinking like a marketer, meaning I'm I'm on vacation sometimes and I'm like, oh, that would be a great whatever blog post or social media post or whatever. That didn't happen I used to be a teacher. I used to be a school counselor. And now I'm a marketer. It can happen. So don't think, well, I'm a mechanic by trade. I'm a technician by trade. I'm an accountant by trade, a coach, whatever. You can train your brain to start thinking more like a marketer. And that's what we're talking about here. So that's number 4. Number 5. Whoa. All right. So I'm going to try to hold myself together here and not go off on a Kim rant. Although somebody just heard that, probably Alyssa or Doug DeLuca or Joseph Schneider. Joseph, like I'm your mom. I just texted my son today. I was excited about something and I said, Peyton Tanner, that is so cool. And he was like, why'd you call me Peyton Tanner? Am I in trouble? So I just said Joseph Schindler. And the moment I said it, I'm like, well, Joe Schindler. Probably just heard me say that and they're like, no, go off on the rant. That's funny. All right. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to try to be very, very kind about this. Number 5, we, the professional marketer, don't know that you're dissatisfied or unhappy or concerned unless you tell us. We are not mind readers. We need you to be open, to be transparent, and to say, I'm not sure about how things are going. I'm feeling like I'm not happy about this. I think we could be doing this a little better. Don't be afraid. Even simple things like the phrasing maybe that is used on your website or in a blog or on a social media post. We try really, really, really hard to speak your language, meaning your personality, your tone for your shop. But I'm a Louisiana chick. I'm from the deep South, and we're a little different down here. We joke that you need a passport to get over the state line in Louisiana because it's just different. But you know what? Every state in the country could say that same thing for one reason or another. There are things that we say that you don't say in your part of the country. And we try really hard to not make it sound like us. We want it to sound like you. That's the whole plan. So when something is put together, certain words are used that's not your way, don't feel any kind of way about telling us that you're not crazy about that. We want you to. We have thick skin. We want your happiness and your satisfaction over anything. And again, I'm saying I am, hopefully it's okay that I'm doing this, speaking collectively for all professional marketers. We do not want you to get frustrated. Don't say anything. We keep doing the same thing. You just keep getting more and more frustrated until you are angry. And then you're like, I'm tired of dealing with these people. And you just cut bait and run. When if you just share from the very beginning, this isn't how I want it to go. I have questions. Can we talk about doing it a different way, saying it a different way, putting it a different way? Maybe you don't ever want a picture of fill in the blank. Just tell us. Just tell us. We don't know unless you talk to us about it. Again, I'm pretty certain every marketer that may be listening to this, if any of them listen, are saying, amen, sister. Again, this is a partnership. It is a relationship. We want this to last. We want it to work. We want our team to be happy and enjoy working with you, just like we want you to be happy, satisfied, and we want you to enjoy the process of working with us. But we have to be honest and open and upfront. Just like you're going to share feedback with us, we may share feedback with you as well. We need this to work. And so if you're not happy or you don't like the feeling that you're getting, you just have to share that with us. Okay? All right. Look, no rant. Easy enough. Okay, number 6. Actually, here's where the rant may come. Because if you listen to us, we've talked about this a million times. Oh, I'm going to take a deep breath. Okay, so here's the deal. It's also Friday afternoon, y'all. I'm seriously recording this Friday afternoon, 3:34 in the afternoon, and I'm ready to go. Oh my God. Okay, here's the thing. Many shops get super excited when they hire. They finally decide, I'm going to go with this marketer. They hire the marketer, go to the kickoff meeting, inspired, engaged, excited about finally doing some marketing they're going to be proud of, really look happy about the direction they're going in, and make lots of promises of, hey, I'm going to do this. I promise I'm going to work with y'all. I'm going to send you pictures. I'm going to send you videos. But then you go right back to the shop and do the same old thing you've been doing every single day, forgetting that you hired a marketer. So actually taking those pictures, yes, I said it, and shooting the videos that you say you're going to do. Right? You're in the meeting with your CSM, your customer success manager, your account manager, your account executive, whatever your marketing company calls that person that you meet with on a regular basis. And they share something with you and like, hey, we'd love for you to shoot a quick video on your phone talking about this, the new piece of equipment that you got in. And you're like, yeah, that's great. I'll totally do that. And then never do it. Or taking the pictures, right? We are very big on never using stock anything. But if you give us nothing, we don't have a choice but to use that. And that is our very last resort. We do not want to do that. So doing what you say you're going to do is a big part. For us, we know that we are not cheap. We are not expensive. We say we do top tier marketing for top tier shops. Every other marketer has their own phrase or slogan, their own promise, guarantee, whatever it might be, their own process. But no matter what, it's probably requiring a little bit on your part. And so you have a responsibility in this. So when you say, oh yeah, we're going to get that video shot, and we're not talking about hiring a professional videographer to come in, but like stuff you do on your phone, and you say you're going to do it and then don't. So I'm kind of beating a dead horse here because I really want to drive this home, how critically important it is. But one of the big responsibilities that you have in working with a marketer is fulfilling your end of the agreement, let's say. You know, that virtual handshake, like in old fashioned days, you shook somebody's hand and your word was all you had. So if you want great marketing and you have a marketing professional that you're working with, they are being held back if you're not doing what you should be doing. And that is anything from taking pictures to shooting videos to showing up for the meeting or whatever it might be. Okay, the last one, number 7. Fix the cars. Provide excellent customer service. It is hard, if not impossible, to market a mediocre shop. Before you hire a marketer, in fact, there is a blog or a podcast that Brian wrote or recorded. I don't remember if it's a podcast or a blog. We'll figure it out and we will link it in the show notes, where he's talking about when to know if you're ready for marketing. You might not be ready for marketing if you're lacking processes and procedures, if your service advisor is not closing on the phone, if they're not responding to the appointments that are being made, if you have terrible reviews and there's a problem in the shop, those are things that really need to be addressed before you hire a marketer who's going to increase your car count. You may have problems on your end of the shop that need to be fixed before you bring in more work. And I know y'all know what I mean by that, and if you don't have a coach can help you identify those things. Probably doing a thorough audit of your Google reviews, Facebook reviews, Yelp, whatever, wherever your reviews are, most likely Google. Go do a quick look. In fact, Google will now pull out like the most popular words used in your Google reviews, kind of even helping you to audit and filter those reviews. Go do an audit of your reviews and see what are people saying about your shop. And I'm not talking about the one-offs, but if there are recurring themes in your Google reviews, people are constantly talking about they didn't fix my car the first time. If people are constantly talking about the rude person on the phone, if people constantly are talking about it taking longer than normal, whatever it might be, those are some things that you need to address and work on before you open up the floodgates and start bringing in more work. If you have problems in your shop and you hire a marketer and they bring in more cars for you, you're now going to have more problems. So let's identify the problems, fix the customer service, actually fix the cars, figure out what the problem is there. Get that stuff straight, because you're going to pay a lot of money for someone to run Google ads, to do SEO, to do social media, build you a website, do all of the things. And then they're going to send more work to you, and it's still a mediocre shop and you're wasting that marketing money. So take that money, put it into fixing your shop if that's what is required. Maybe it's getting a coach. Maybe it's, some secret shopper stuff. Somehow getting fresh eyes on your shop to get a full audit of how things are running. But yeah, so that final piece is, before you hire a marketer, make sure you're not a mediocre shop. And you know if you are. If you are not involved in the industry, if you're not in a 20 group, a mastermind, you don't have a coach, you're not going to training, you're not attending the industry events, you might not even have any idea if you're a mediocre shop or not. You might think things are going great. I just encourage you to open your eyes a little bit, really do a serious look to see, what is the status of my shop? How are we really doing before you hire a marketer? So that is kind of the rundown of the 7 things that we came up with that identify the shop owner's responsibility in the relationship with a professional marketer. I hope this opened some eyes to help make the current relationship you have better, or before you launch into a relationship with a professional marketer, then this will help you to understand the why. I'm a big believer in Simon Sinek. I have his book right back here on my shelf behind me, and I reference it pretty regularly. Heck, I may even put in the show notes a link to Simon Sinek's TED Talk on Start With Why. But understanding that we don't just love having an hour or a 2-hour long kickoff meeting. Like, that's not the best. That's not, I mean, it takes a lot of time to plan and prepare and to do that. We don't want to pester our clients about answering that email or sending us a video or a picture. Like, all of these things come together to build a beautiful relationship where we're able to exceed your expectations and give you the marketing that you deserve, that you are paying for, and that you want and expect. But there is a piece of that that has to come from you as well. So again, I hope this was helpful to you. Felt kind of preachy, but it's just good stuff. It's just honesty, and that is how we get to do what we do when our best clients, the ones who are killing it, the ones who are very happy with their car count. We've got the cars coming in, but they are doing the DVIs, their ARO is good, they're involved in their community, they're doing all of the things. They're doing these 7 things that I just talked about as well. So we really looked at our very best clients that are successful. What's kind of some common denominator things? And talking to our team members, these are the things that really make a difference. So, hey, if you are not in our Facebook group, the Auto Repair Marketing Mastermind, I really encourage you to go to Facebook and do a search for the Auto Repair Marketing Mastermind. I think we're approaching 1,700-ish members of that Facebook group. It's very active. We're super proud of it. Go join that group, join the conversation. All shop owners, all talking marketing for automotive repair shops. And of course, go to our website, Shop Marketing Pros, for really helpful free stuff that we've put together, resources, checklists, all sorts of things. Our book, continue following our podcast. Something we never do that we tell y'all to do all the time. So we're telling you to ask for reviews. I don't know that we ever ask for reviews on our podcast. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and write a review. I'm talking to myself now. I need to be tracking that stuff. That's one piece of our own marketing that I don't think we've even tracked yet, is our reviews for our podcast. So would love for you to go and do that. And then, so join our Facebook group. And look, I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for listening to the Auto Repair Marketing Podcast on the Aftermarket Radio Network. Thank you, Carm, for having us as a part of the network. We love it here. There are some other great shows on the network as well. You can find them all at aftermarketradionetwork.com or on your favorite podcast listening apps like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many others. Y'all, please tune in next week for another episode. And until then, go fill those pays.